When the relationship ends and they act like you never existed, it has to be the most painful thing. They've discarded you and moved on. They actually probably moved on before the relationship ended because they have no balls or no ovaries, or they're just a shit person with no communication skills. Rather than tell you that things aren't working out and it's just, not going to happen, they go out and find somebody else. They tell you you're not good enough. They degrade you. They blame you. They completely wreck your sense of self. Getting back that sense of self is the most important thing you can do after a relationship like this ends. But how do you do that? You have to take some time and find yourself again. I know you feel lost. I know you're wondering what you did wrong or what you could have done better. And they may have spent years knocking your self-esteem down. It takes time to get it back, but you can do it. I want to tell you right now that you are worthy. And that's such a played out term, but I want you to listen real quick. You are worthy of being loved. You are worthy of someone being faithful to you. And you are worthy of finding yourself again and loving yourself unapologetically. Think of the kind of person who would do this to you. Someone who would abuse you mentally, physically, emotionally, financially. What kind of person is that? That is a person not worthy of your love, or probably anyone else's. But your love was real for them, for the person you thought they were. So a lot of people want to say, oh, they're just a piece of shit, don't care about them. It's hard to turn those feelings off because your feelings were real. Just because theirs weren't, and that's one of the hardest things to face in these relationships, is their feelings weren't real. You served a purpose for them for the time that you were in their life. That's it. That doesn't make you less worthy. That makes them a piece of shit. So the first step in loving yourself is to stop concentrating on them. Fully focus on you. Sounds selfish, right? I mean, you've been giving and giving and giving for this whole relationship to everyone but yourself. The first thing you do is you block. Stop contact and do not give them access to you. Not by phone, not by social media, not in person for sure. Because many times they'll come back and they'll apologize and say that everything's going to be perfect again. And that'll last about a month the first time. They haven't changed. So while you're apart, you need to change. You need to take back the power that they took from you or that you gave to them. Because I'm all about accountability. So if you allowed yourself to be treated that way, that is something in you that you need to change. Don't ever allow that again. And if you take the time to love yourself, to figure out who you are and your passions and your purpose, and you truly fall in love with your life, you up your energy, you set goals, you set boundaries, you're going to realize that somebody that treats you like that or that comes at you with those kind of vibes isn't your person. You're going to learn to recognize it without being paranoid and thinking everybody's a piece of shit. Because they're not. They're really great people out there. What you have to change is how you're vibrating. Because if you're vibrating on a top level, meaning you're being positive, you're following your passions, you're doing things that you love, you are totally falling in love with yourself, you will not accept anyone who does not love you as much as you love you. And before you did. Which means you probably didn't love you to begin with. And if you did, they knocked that right out of you. Whether it was through words or actions. And they can be so subtle, or they can be pretty big and obvious to everyone but you. When it's all over and you see things in hindsight, you'll realize you deserve way better. But most importantly, when you learn to treat yourself better, you will demand that of other people. You won't accept anything less. So love yourself the most. And if you want to know how, follow me. I can take you step by step through self-love. How to do that. How do you find yourself again when you feel so lost? You are the power. The power is you. It's the power of being you. Let's find that person who is fucking amazing and fall in love with them. I know there's so much more for you out there. And even more importantly, so much more inside. So much to love about you. So much value in just being you, unapologetically. If you're feeling lost, give me a heart in the comments. I'd love to talk to you. I'll see you on live.